Hello, this is Anurag Ray from PestRemovalWarrior.com, and today I'm going to talk about a very interesting subject. That is, what is the world's fastest snake? The world's fastest snake is also world's one of the most deadliest snake. It can grow up to 3 meter and are really fast. They are so fast that even an athlete like Usain Bolt may not be able to actually overtake the snake. They are so fast, and if you think to outrun this snake, you may not even be able to outrun it, because once it starts chasing you, it's very difficult to even outrun it. Normally a snake wouldn't be able to chase you properly if you run in a most people call a zigzag way, and then but this snake can easily chase you even no matter how you run and whatever you try to do. Once they start, if they attacks you, it's very difficult to escape there. Without further waiting, I will reveal the name of the snake. The snake is black mamba. Black mambas are very popular. Many people have heard about it, and that's because they are very deadly and obviously the world's fastest snake. They are so poisonous that they can even kill a human within just 30 minutes. That's what makes them very dangerous, and they are also very aggressive by nature. They prey on medium-sized animals, and because of their venom, they have a very wide range of preys. Although there are many predators that can prey on black mamba, but but most of the predators avoid black mamba because of their poison and because of how fast they are. So once they start chasing, it becomes very difficult even for some animals to actually capture them, especially mongoose and other animals. That's even difficult for them to capture and fight against black mamba because of the speed, reflexes, everything is just so fast. Black mambas are native from the sub-Saharan Africa. The black mamba from color ranges varies, normally from olive to grey. They have blue-black colored mouth, and sometimes there are black mambas which are green in color, which are, by the way, my favorite black mambas because they look just fantastic. Normally they try to escape whenever someone attacks them, but when they feel threatened, they just gets on their attack mode, and then whosoever comes in their way, they attack them with their high speed attacks, and it's very difficult to dodge them. So if you by any chance come across black mambas, normally they will try to avoid you, but if by any chance you come across them, first of all it becomes very difficult to outrun them, and second of all, if they take an aggressive stance, you cannot dodge their attack by any means. You cannot just think that I can just dodge their attack whenever they're attacking me. So don't even think about that. Instead, try to take precautions. Try to take some protective things that you can use against a black mamba. You can open up your shoe and then lure the snake to bite the shoe instead of yourself. That can actually work, but you need to be very careful that any movement can trigger a snake. So black mambas are not special. So if you are opening the shoes in front of the black mamba, make sure that you have certain distance from the black mambas, and then carefully open your shoes and use that as a distraction so that the black mamba bites your shoes instead of you. That can actually save your life, because running is not an option over here, especially against black mambas. You can outrun many snakes, but not black mambas. Black mambas mainly lives in savannas and within the rocky hills of southern and eastern Africa. So if you come across a black mamba, or any other snakes, you can just follow some general tips. First and foremost tip that you can do is to know which kind of snakes are in that area. So if you know that black mambas in a certain areas, if you heard about rumors, if you heard from the local people who living in that area have told about certain places, then avoid that place. Wear protective shoes like strong boots which cover your feet properly and are tough by nature and can handle a snake bite easily. That can also protect you to a great extent. But the main tip is to avoid that area in totality. But any chance if you manage to go into that place, don't forget to wear proper boots. Tip number 2 that you can do is actually to wear protective cloths. So you can wear cloths like jeans. You should cover all part of your body so that the snake's bite can give you some protection against some snake's bite. Because if your skin is exposed, then if the snake bites over there, then obviously there is no way to protect yourself. But if you are wearing some nice tight dress covering all of part of your body, that is mainly in the legs area, that is the jeans and tight jeans, nice tough jeans that you can wear, that can actually protect yourself, that can actually save your life. Tip number 3 is that I would like to give you is that remember, snakes can actually climb tree. So if you are walking through a jungle, and especially if you know that there are snakes in that area, then make sure to be very careful, because most of the time people make a mistake that considering the snake as a part of the tree and then catch them, and as a result the snakes bite in their hand. If that happens, then it becomes very difficult to protect yourself, because you are not going to wear a gloves while you are going to a jungle, right? So the chances are, if the snakes are hanging on the tree, then especially if there are different kind of snakes that can actually camouflage themselves so well that it becomes very difficult to actually distinguish between the tree and the snake. So don't try to grab any tree branches unless absolutely necessary, because that will increase the chances of a snake bite, especially in the areas where there are more snakes compared to other areas. Tip number 4 is be careful around water bodies. So snake can also swim, that is also an obvious thing. So if you are passing through a water body somewhere, like for crossing from this place to another, from this land to another land, from this side to another side, make sure to be very careful, because snakes can travel in water and they are pretty good in water, much better than land. Most of the snakes are actually much better in water compared to that of land. So if you are traveling through that, and if you see black mambas can also do that, and if they are through the water, it becomes very difficult to spot. So while traveling through water, be very careful, look around yourself and try to see if there is any differences in the water, because that can actually save your life. Because if the snake ends up biting you in the water, you may not even realize it that the snake has bitten you, because it will feel like a normal itch, and once you get up to the other side, that's when you will realize that it can get very late, and you don't and that's what the problem is. And if some of the snake's poison are so dangerous that if it takes some time for you to cross the water body, and let's say the lake or the pond, and the snake's poison start affecting, you can just get drowned over there. So you don't want that to happen. So make sure to be extra careful when you are crossing water bodies in all of those snake habitat places. Tip number 5 that I would like to give is to be careful around bushes, because those are the places where snakes mainly hide. Black mambas and most of the other snakes like to hide in the bushes. So be careful while you are traveling through that places where there are too many bushes, or there are too many cracks around any stones, or too many places to hide. Be careful, because those are the places where snakes can hide. So if you are going through that place, of course the boot will protect you to a great extent, the protective cloth will protect you, protective dress will also protect you to some extent, but still be careful around those places, because those are the places where snakes bite. And the most problematic factor that happens in most of the cases is people do not see the snakes. The snakes may not even directly attack you on the first glance, because as I told you, black mambas especially are very shy. They might try to run away from that area as soon as they hear your footsteps. But by any chance, if they are not running away, and if you are not paying attention and looking forward, then the chances are if the snake is laying over there, and then you may not even see it and end up stepping on it, then obviously the snake will bite you, and that can become very problematic. And don't try to catch the snake by any means if you see the snake. That's the tip number 6 that I would like to give. Don't try to approach black mambas by any means, because if you're not trained, if you just think, oh, it's a black mamba, let's catch it. If you think that, if you have that kind of mindset, then it can become very problematic for you, because black mambas are not something that you can play with. They're very, very dangerous. They look beautiful, no doubt. I think they were one of the most beautiful snakes in the world. So if they look, according to me, but they look very beautiful. But don't try to approach it. Don't try to go close towards it. Although they are very shy, but do not provoke it to attack you, because no doubt they are wild snakes, and they can attack you if you feel threatened. So don't try to go near them, don't try to catch them. Especially you can see any kind of, don't watch any YouTube videos on how to catch snakes and then just go and catch them, because that can become very problematic. So don't do that. Avoid it at all costs. If you see a black mamba, just get away from change your route and go from other side. You don't want the black mambas to come near you by any means, because if you see a black mamba, chances are there can be other black mambas in some nearby places. So make sure to keep some distance from the black mamba while you are going, and you will be safe and fine. That's it. If you really like my video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I'm uploading 2 videos every single week, that is on Monday and Friday. So don't forget to click on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell, so that you can receive update about these videos when I'm uploading. Thank you.